This is Partycrashers on Epic Elite. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is get this Mark of Shadow, and we've got two range characters in the party, so it should be easy.
With the Mark's enchantment shattered, the air in the illusion area is different than outside, as if you were transported into the deep jungles of Zendrick. As with anything built by House Fiala, it is difficult to tell what is real and what is illusion. The air suddenly shifts from tropical heat to bitter cold. It is as if you were teleported leagues away.
Let's see if this mark might be adamantine. Yeah, it looks like adamantine, so switch to my adamantine weapon from Keep on the Borderlands. Nothing too exciting, but it basically is adamantine and same base damage as the other weapon.
These arches have signal crystals attached on top.
So I'm going to get a
Are they
trap
simply
here.
decorative? With House Fiarlan, one can't tell. Though you can see the rest of Stormreach through the skylights above, the light from outside does not reach this room. The only illumination comes from phosphorescent mushrooms.
And this is actually a more deadly trap here. So I'm going to switch to my True Scene Cloak.
The Mark of Shadow created copies of itself. They must be illusions.
The true mark is the one that's
Only
this one
that
here.
Must have been
There it
the
is.
real mark. The illusionary ones have disappeared, as well as the barrier into the next chain. Unlike the previous room, this place feels like it's baked in sun. It's surprising that Scorpion completely enveloped the Mark of Shadow. We'll need to destroy it in order to get it. The destruction of this make-believe Scorpion has also extinguished the Mark of Shadow. The illusionary barrier is gone.
And we don't need to use the shrine, so we're just going to move ahead. And I usually like to kill this guy before I go out, so I just kind of approach it. And so usual tactic here is that you have one person sort of kite the boss. It looks like Chronivere is going to do that. And I'll go get the marks. they're all gone. So we just beat the boss down.
You've run through the gauntlet of House Viarlan's Illusionarium, but you still need to enter the chapter house and stop the Maleficent Cabal's attack. The Fiarlan chapter house must have been closed as a precaution during the Grand Gala. The ballroom is on the far side of the chapter house, and it seems rather unlikely that next to the security gates, a large dragon mark of shadow is embedded into the wall. If it were to activate, you would not be able to destroy it, as you did with the marks in the Illusionarium. The Chapter House Theater normally hosts stage plays for Fiarlan's elite patrons. It looks like its shows are on hold during the Grand Gala.
Alright, it's a little easier at this level because our jump skill is typically higher, but you could stand on this or the edge here and then jump up, grab onto this. At lower levels it's harder, but you could still do it with a lower jump skill if you go on that side rail and jump up, give yourself a little boost that way. Let's see, let's make sure we're all up. Looks like we're all up. And we do not need the shrine, so we are going to skip this shrine.
The illusions in this display hall don't appear to be interactive like the ones in the Illusionarium. They probably won't attack you. Hopefully.
Alright, when you jump down, you want to make sure that you feather fall down and that you kind of get past this area so you don't set off any alarms. You can see them feather falling in there. And now we're in the chapter house. So that's really the hard part about the quest.
You finally reach the House Fiarlan Grand
now
Gala.
we just go to the front.
Now, to find the guest list and add
ourselves
name.
and Cyan to the guest list. And so now I'm going to put my True Seeing item on. Basically, it's the Epic Voice of the Master and Heroic. And if I go by here,
the party guest here seems these guards are supposed to protect the Grand
Gala,
but they only have eyes for the old elf.
I've got a diplomacy ring. I think it's going to be enough. Let me try it. If not,
could they be under a carnival
success.
Spell? The party guest here seems like a harmless old elf, but that facade
this ring also has a bluff
you.
on it, so I'm going to try to bluff him.
To the malicious tiefling underneath.
And success. We've got him coming into the room now. And my understanding is that the epic version of this quest uses the same skill checks as the heroic version. So it doesn't take much.
House Fiarlan elves must
if you have a item, you're
parties
probably good,
more than a good book.
To do those checks. You need True Seeing to see past the mirage or the charade, and then you need diplomacy and bluff. And I just got lucky and I got this ring. It's a little under the level, but it's level 15, but
anyone under
it does the job.
Evil mental control has been set free.
And now I've got my True Seeing on. I need to basically go around and find the drink server that is the tiefling. And if I just go next to them, I'll get a message. My True Seeing will see through their evil plan.
One of the drink servers looks like an elf, but you see through her disguise. to the glowing red eyes of her true tiefling form.
And it looks like
One of the drink servers
Chronivere
looks like
found.
one of the drink servers looks like an elf.
So
One
let
of the
me
drink
put
servers
my
looks like an
bluff
elf.
on.
But you see through her disguise to the glowing red eyes of her true tiefling form.
That's not her, I guess. So someone else did the bluff check on her, I think. That's why she's coming in.
She had planned for her victims. Cyan should be able to find an antidote for any poison the party guests have already imbibed.
Next up, we want to go up these stairs, and there's a room where there's tieflings hiding. We don't actually have to fight all the tieflings. All we have to do is just basically beat the boss. So the way to handle this one, well, first we have to unlock it. Success on a 10. I didn't use any boosts or anything there. Then I'm going to use my true saying here.
You see the aura of a powerful
and
illusion
say,
around
"You can't
this
fool
guard.
me," and then back up.
He's not an elf at all.
We're gonna all
His
back
glowing
up.
eyes betray. There are tieflings in these rooms, poised to strike at the ball.
And we want to get all the way out here so that we don't attract a bunch of other enemies. And we are done. All right, and we're gonna go get the optional here. They want to go for the mask of. There's a mask of comedy, but you actually don't have to do this. Mask of tragedy, comedy. I'm not sure which one they're after. But for just quest completion, you could just basically beat that one guy, and you're done.
To attack the Fiarlan guard. Cyan will want to know that you've eliminated this threat.
And then this chest here has named items in it. And didn't get it. They're looking for a mask. I'm not sure if it's comedy or tragedy. There's 2 masks in this chain. There's also some nice collectibles in here. And so that's it. Basically, we didn't have to fight all those guys. We did that just for the optional chest. Could have just fought that one boss, and that's enough to meet the objective, so that we don't have to fight anybody in the end fight. There's Cyan, so she takes a while to walk over, so I'm just going to talk to her now. And this is a gather party objective, so everybody has to be here for this. I'm just going to try to find a good vantage point where you can sort of watch the show. And so this is the ending of the quest. If you if you complete all the objectives we did, where we diplomacied the guards, we bluffed the guy in and attacked him in the library, we spotted and then bluffed the poisoner in the library, and then we beat the boss upstairs. And so if you do all those things, then you get this ending. You don't have to do any fighting. If you don't do those things, you have some level of fighting, potentially a lot of fighting. So there's 3 chests in here and an epic chest. It's pretty cool. And it's pretty good XP for, for what it is. The key is for an optional demon, or devil actually, I think. It's known to drop like tomes. Have a good drop rate for tomes, but I don't think we're gonna do that. I'm not sure if it's still the case. All right, well, cool. I got a Token of the 12 and a Seal of the Spy Dagger. I don't need it, so I'm going to pass this to Karani. He has a lot of alts, and he might be the one that could probably use it the most. And I will keep that Token of the 12, though. And that is Partycrashers on Epic Elite.